Okay, Joel, which board game do you want to play? How about this one?
I don't think I know how to play that one.
I'll teach you.
I was gonna listen to the kids' corner.
You can do both.
Are you Dr. Peter?
Yes, I am. Where is it?
Right this way. We unearthed the last piece last night.
Does Professor Destin know I'm here?
No, he's been studying the fragments since daybreak. He'll be in there.
Nate, please tell me you brought my Oh, Dr. Peter, you're here.
Where is it? The board? You found the board?
Yes, I've been studying it all morning.
Any noteworthy observations?
There's not a lot to go on with the board itself. An 8x8 grid and alternating colors.
Similar to the game of checkers. Fascinating. This might be the earliest record of the game of checkers ever discovered.
Would you like the other box?
Other box? You found something else?
It was next to the board fragments.
Yes, I hadn't looked at it much. Probably a pen case or the like.
I think it has something to do with the game, but Professor Destin doesn't.
I guess there's only one thing to do. Stand back, gentlemen. I could use some light.
Here, what do you see inside?
I'm trying to be very gentle with the hinges, but it looks like there is something. If I can get the lid to open.
Oh my days! They're figurines!
You mean like game pieces?
Perhaps. Looks like 16 white pieces.
Black as well. I'd say we found another part of the game, to be sure.
Castles? Horses? This one has a crown or something.
Gently, Nathan. These are centuries old.
So, how do we play?
I'm not sure we could ever know that. I was hoping to find some instructions inside the box, but all we've found is more puzzling elements to the mystery.
Let me call a friend of mine. He is an expert in everything ancient. He'll be able to help us.
Can I listen to the radio while we wait?
Absolutely. Got any more of that coffee?
Okay, so what did we say the Conehead could do, Destin?
According to our notes, they can go in any direction in one space?
Right. And what about the tower guys?
I'm pretty sure those can't move.
I still don't think that's right.
Have you ever seen a tower move, Peter? Come on, they're buildings made of rock. If they ever move, there's something wrong with them.
All I know is I've seen people move them before.
Whatever. Is that your move, Nate?
I think so. Yeah, your turn.
Good morning, guys. What's going on?
Hi, Mr. Jacobs. We're learning how to play chess.
Yeah, we found your set behind some of the boxes in that corner. It's okay for us to use it, right?
Please, by all means, Destin. It's good to see it getting some use. Well, how's it going?
Slow. It's a little more complicated than it looks.
That's true. There are many people who spend their whole lives learning new tricks and strategies.
What Nate's not telling you is we couldn't find the rules of the game, so they're making it up as they go.
You're making up just as much.
Only because I've actually seen the game being played by people who know how to play. I think that gives me a little more authority than you guys, who are just going off of what they see on the front of the box.
He might have a point there, but what if I were to teach you all how to play?
You know how to play chess?
Come on, Nate. Of course he does. This is his set.
I don't know. I have a lot of games at my house that I haven't learned how to play yet.
Good point, Destin. Though, as it turns out, I actually do know how to play. Shall I show you?
Yeah.
All right. The first thing we need to do is set up the board. Do we have all the pieces?
I think so. Oh, here's one.
While you set up the game, would it be okay for me to listen to the radio?
Come on, Pete. Don't you want to know how to play?
Sure, but I'd like to listen to the radio too.
You can. I'm going to help Mr. Jacobs.
All right.
And the horse-shaped piece, the knight, can move 2 squares and then 1 square to the side.
Okay, that's weird.
Oh, and another important thing about knights, they are the only piece on the board that is allowed to jump over other pieces.
Wait, so you can't block them?
Nope.
What's wrong, Nate?
I didn't know this game was so complicated. I thought it was complicated before Mr. Jacobs showed us how to play. Now it just seems impossible.
It's not impossible. It's just new to you. You'll get the hang of it.
I don't know. I might just stick to something easy like Battleship or something.
Everyone's got to start somewhere. Who knows? You might be the greatest chess player ever someday.
That's not a thing.
I'm pretty sure it is.
It is?
Really? Who?
I don't know their name. I just know it's a thing. There are tournaments all the time. Do you know Mr. Jacobs?
No, I can't say I've been keeping up with who's the head grandmaster this year.
Does God play chess?
Huh, I don't know.
He'd probably be pretty good at it.
Well, yeah, he's the best at anything.
But if he's never played, would he know the rules?
I'm pretty sure God knows the rules of chess. If Mr. Jacobs knows the rules, I'm sure someone like God would know them too.
What does the Bible say about it?
Yeah. Do you have a drama script that talks about it?
Well, I might be able to dig something up. I'll be right back. And now, from the garage of Lionel Jacobs comes the cinematic drama, The Movie, an adapted biblical teaching about God's power. Once upon a time, there was a director.
Name's Oswald Chisolsky, but the press and my friends call me Ozzy. It's easier to spell.
Ozzy loved to make movies. He would always get involved on set and off.
I just have a vision, and I have to see it through to the very end. It's like having my signature on every frame.
It was indeed. He had quite the list of big hits. One day, one of his best friends admitted something shocking.
I have something I've never been brave enough to mention, Oz. But since the narrator brought it up, I guess I have to tell you. I've never seen one of your movies.
That is pretty surprising, but not shocking.
It says here you're shocked about it.
But I'm not. Here, this is one of my favorites. Go ahead and watch it and tell me what you think. I'm really interested in hearing your opinion on the piece.
Really? Thanks. I'll go watch it right now.
And so the friend went home and started watching. The movie started off pretty slow.
The paint is almost dry. We just gotta keep watching it.
This is ridiculous. Hey, your movie. Does it get better?
Oh, you're at the slow part. Yeah, just enjoy the ride. It only lasts for the first 20 minutes.
20 minutes?
And indeed, after 20 minutes or so, the movie's tone changed and it became a thriller.
There's no time. The train is going to crash into the ocean unless someone does something. Step back. I'm going to try the only thing we haven't tried yet.
Oh man, I've got to tell Ozzy. Oz, you'll never guess what's happening now.
At this point, the hero of the movie's on the train, and it's about to crash into the ocean.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Glad you're enjoying it.
And soon after, the movie's tone changed again, and the screen got dark and spooky.
There's nothing for it. Giant spiders and snakes or no. I have to walk through the graveyard in the dark.
Mommy!
Let me guess, it's the scary part?
Mm-hmm.
I know it's frightening, but it's going to be okay.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
In the course of the movie, there were parts that were sad.
I'm sorry. I couldn't save your pet chicken from the flood.
There were parts that were infuriating.
What do you mean you were behind the flood and the train wreck? You're such a bad man!
And some of the parts were hilarious.
And that's why the chicken crossed the railroad.
And after Ozzy's friend relayed his reactions, Ozzy was completely shocked.
No, he wasn't.
He wasn't?
No, I knew everything that was going to happen the way it did. I'm the director, and everything is in the movie because I approved it. I know the whole backstory to every decision, and I thought it made for the best movie. And if the Expire Roma score is to be believed, so do the critics and audiences.
Right. The moral is that God always knows what's happening and even why it's happening because, like the director in the story, He's the one who decides what happens and what doesn't. He understands our reactions and our feelings, and he wants us to tell him what we're thinking and feeling. We aren't going to shock him because, let's face it, he knows what you're going to say before you even say it. This is a pretty intense game of chess, you guys. You need some advice?
Oh, I'm sorry, Destin. I think it's your turn. I was a little distracted.
No, that's okay. I know it's my turn. I was distracted too.
Distracted, huh? Is there something in particular that's grabbing your attention?
I think we're all just thinking about what we've been talking about all morning.
Chess?
No, I mean God knowing everything.
Oh, we haven't been talking about that all morning, Peter.
But it is what we're all thinking about.
Okay. Is there anything I can clear up on either topic?
I think we're just wondering what the Bible says about all this. I know people say that God can see everything and knows everything, but does the Bible say that?
It does. In verses like Proverbs 15:3 and Matthew 10:29, God makes it clear that God sees and knows everything that happens, even when we prefer he didn't, like it says in Jeremiah 23:24 or the book of Jonah.
Okay, but that doesn't mean he knows stuff like what we're thinking. Or does it?
Those verses might not be talking about that exactly, but other passages like Psalm 139 and 1 John 3 make it very clear that God is very familiar with us, to the point that he was with us before we were born, getting to know us and making plans for us in our lives. But if you're looking for verses that tell us that God knows what we're thinking, I'd say 1 Chronicles 28:9 and Matthew 9:4 are good places to start.
Okay, got a Bible?
I sure do.
What are you doing, Peter?
I'm looking those verses up. I know I'm not going to remember to do that later. 1 Chronicles...
Well, obviously we're done playing chess. Should I turn off the radio too?
I'll get it.